music to support our little waiting time. Now we'll have some music by JD Martin and Jen Garrett. We are not afraid of the dark.
I wake up in a world where night is falling, but I'm not afraid of the dark. I walk not alone through the valley of the shadow, for love is alive in my heart. Love is alive in my heart. Love is alive. Love is alive. Love is alive in my heart. Love is alive. Love is alive. Love is alive in my heart. Ooh, We meet in the middle and out beyond the edges, under a canopy of stars. We live in the love that holds us together, and we are not afraid of the dark. We are not afraid of the dark. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid of the dark. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid of the dark. I wake up in a world where night is falling, but I'm not afraid of the dark. I walk not alone through the valley of the shadow, for love is alive in my heart. Love is alive in my heart. Love is alive. Love is alive. Love is alive in my heart. Love is alive. Love is alive. Love is alive in my heart. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid of the dark. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid of the dark. We are not afraid of the dark. We are not afraid of the dark.
We are not afraid of the dark. Jen Garrett and JD Martin. And I played that song specifically because tomorrow we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s day. And one of his quotes that I love so much is, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." And so, with that thought of love and only love, let's close our eyes and get centered in a moment of prayer. We just close our eyes and take a deep breath in and slowly release. As we clear our mind and we open our hearts, we just join in this moment of gratitude and appreciation for Martin Luther King and his wisdom, which is a reflection of the wisdom of the ages, for this community, for this moment to be together, and for our special guest speaker and music for today, Sue Riley, for each and every one of you showing up, being who you are, and sharing this moment, whether it's live on Facebook or Zoom, or if you're watching later. Together we join mind, body, and spirit and sanctify this moment for the highest and best for all concerned. And we know that we are love. That's our place. That's our role in life. And we're so grateful for this truth and so much more. And we simply say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So it is. I'm Reverend Beverly Pryor, and I'm the minister of Unity of the Hill Country in Kerrville, Texas. And I just want to welcome you to our virtual Sunday gathering. Whoops. Our opening statement at Unity of the Hill Country, as well as many of the Unity centers around the world, is there's only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe. God the good, the omnipotent. This is also the first of our 5 basic unity principles, which are universal principles. You can find the thread that runs between most all world religions at the core. We have a few announcements today. The office will be closed tomorrow in observance of MLK Day. And on Tuesday, you'll be able to be able to start picking up your contribution statements, or if you'd like to have those mailed to you, just give us a call at the office and we'll put those in the mail. And if we don't hear from you and you don't pick them up, either way, by January 31st, they will go in the mail that day. But tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you may be interested in joining the MLK Day celebration of love that Unity Worldwide Ministries is sponsoring. You can find the link to that event and the invitation on our Facebook page and our website. So today, as I mentioned, our guest speaker is the prolific and brilliant light that is Sue Riley. We're just so blessed to have her with us. I like this quote that she shared in her bio. She believes in the power of music to touch hearts and heal lives. And I know that's true. I know for me, music can make me more energetic, or it can calm me down. It can soothe my soul. So it truly does touch hearts and heal lives. She was the chairperson of music ministry team for Unity Worldwide Ministry for 11 years. And she co-founded Empower Music and Arts. And Empower and Sue is the connection to how we get our guest artists that we have, so many of them from the Posse world. And we really appreciate being able to plug in and to also use their music. We license the music that we play, even like I did in the introduction. And those artists get to make, a little royalty off of the sharing of that music, which I really appreciate. Empower hosts a yearly Empower Posse Music Awards, which recognizes the excellence of the singer-songwriters and their performances. And they create the best songs with messages of peace and interfaith and joyous living. And we get to benefit from that. She's a prolific songwriter, and she has created songs, performed, and put out 8 CDs of original music, and she released her new CD, There Are Moments, just this spring. And you can find out more about her at SueRiley.com, but you'll get to be blessed by her music, meditation, and message today. Let's take a moment now and turn to prayer once again. As you know, Unity was founded on the principles of prayer, the truth of prayer, the aliveness, the perfection of prayer. You can submit your prayer request. Normally we have this cute little box here available in our building, but the building has been closed for a while now. But people have been emailing them in, sometimes texting or phone calling, or going to our website at unityhillcountry.org. You can also go directly to Silent Unity at unity.org/prayer, or I always encourage people to call Silent Unity. They've been praying in this spot for over 130 years. And they've been holding prayer vigil 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So people are trained to pray with you in an affirmative and loving manner. And when you call them for your prayer concerns, whether it's for yourself or another, it just washes over you and flows through every cell of your body. So I encourage you to take advantage of that. And so when we get prayer requests here at Unity of the Hill Country, we pray of them with our local prayer team, but then we also send them on to Unity Village, where your prayers are placed in that prayer vigil energy for 30 days. And the power of prayer is palpable. It changes lives. It creates, it forms from words and thoughts into our reality. So let's take a moment now. If there's something that's on your heart or on your mind that you haven't had a chance to submit or maybe even express, you might just even put your hand on your heart and just ask, is there anything you want to bring to this moment? Just take a moment and send it in. Send it in with your mental energy, with your heart and your soul. So whatever that request is for yourself or for another, whether it's for a relationship or finances, whether it's for health and well-being, there's no degree of prayer too great or too small for that infinite power, that divine love in the universe that we know as God. Our way-shower Jesus taught us to claim our good. We speak truth over every request, and we know that it is our Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom, and we know that the answer to every prayer request is a resounding yes, yes, yes. And we just breathe into that truth. We allow our consciousness to catch up, to raise our awareness to this fact, to this truth. There is no separation. We are all one. And we're creating in this moment the highest and best for all concerned. For this truth and so much more, we simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. The mission and vision statement of Unity of the Hill Country in Kerrville, Texas is to live consciously, celebrating the divine potential in all moments in time, in all individuals, all circumstances, all interactions. There is that potential to know truth, to see beyond circumstances, and behold the Christ in ourselves, in others, and in that experience. Our daily word today will be read by Miss Mandy Scott. Mandy, are you there?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So today The daily word is dream. I turn my dreams into reality. Some of the most audacious, bold, history-making events begin as dreams, born in the imaginations of those who understood the promise and potential of humanity and worked to realize their vision. Even if my dreams do not change the world, they have the power to change my life. Today, I remember those whose dreams were fueled by their hard work, faith, and determination. I look to their example when my dreams feel far away and I'm running low on hope. I rekindle my dreams through my imagination, which keeps them vivid. My strength helps me remain committed to their realization, and my zeal renews my enthusiasm to work towards creating the life and the world of my dreams. And from Joel 2:28, your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions.
Thank you, Mandy. I love that dream. All right, so the moment we've all been waiting for, our special guest speaker and special music, Sue Riley, is going to just take us on a journey for the next half hour or so. And so without further ado, Sue Riley.
Thank you, Reverend Beverly. All right, I invite everyone to take a moment to make yourselves comfortable in your chairs. We're going to start with a brief period of meditation. Divine order. Let there be less of me. Let there be more of thee. Less of the human. More of the divine. Less that belongs to me. More that is thine. Let more of God's nature, and less that is mine. Order and harmony now are in place. Where there is harmony, discord will cease. Where there is harmony, there will be peace. Bring your focus to your breath, ever present, our ever present guide. Focus there, taking deep and slow breaths. Breathe in slowly. Exhale slowly. Breathe in calmness. Breathe out anxiety. Breathe in love. Breathe out fear. Breathe in peace. Breathe out anxiety. Notice how you feel your tension wash away, your stress melt away. So in this place of community and peace and love, we are all connected by something as simple and ever present as our breath. We know that love has a language of its own. Love doesn't fight or force. Love communicates a quality that can minimize differences and emphasize likeness. When we look at things with eyes of love, we see our connection to those from different cultures, backgrounds, and age groups. And we see that we can live together in harmony. Sometimes love communicates most effectively in times of silence, where you listen to your heart, to your divine guidance. It does this through recognizing the principle of oneness. It is to your own advantage to live in peace and harmony. It is to your own advantage to create and maintain order in your life and to practice kindness. You have no time or energy to waste concentrating on differences because you have bigger things to do. Let us vow this day to each and to reflect that order to the world, to be vehicles of love, shining through the Christ within, out into the world, and to be willing to make the changes necessary to be that instrument. Order and harmony now are in place. Where there is harmony, discord will cease. Where there is harmony, there will be peace. There will be peace. And so it is. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Used to be when life got crazy, I'd get to feeling low, but I found out I can't let that faze me, 'cause honey, now I know. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, it's everything changes, I can change too. Who expects the unexpected, life sneaking up on you? And sometimes we all feel disconnected, but what you gonna do? When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Who's to say why it works this way? Well, it's kind of strange, but it's true. When everything changes, I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. I can change anything. Turning the pages and everything's new. If life's little stages are teaching me anything, as everything changes, I can change too. Yes, everything changes, I can change too. Oh, everything changes, but I can change too. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Reverend Beverly, for the invitation to join your community this morning. So when I wrote that song that you just heard, Everything Changes, I thought it was a light and catchy way to deal with change. It had a nice message and a hook, which is the part of the song that people remember after they hear it. And of course, I never in a million years expected that I would actually have to change anything. I just wrote the song. And, I love my life. I get to make music all day. I get to write songs and share them with people, travel around the country, or at least I used to be able to travel, stay with friends, and people would buy my CDs and tell me how much that my music has helped their life and how much they enjoyed it. And I had a lot of plans, big plans. And then the pandemic hit. And I've been frozen in my tracks, just like the rest of the world. And like all of you. And you know what? We're all getting beautiful opportunities to change. Isn't that great? One of the very first things to change was that all of my plans and all of my jobs for the foreseeable future vanished. Poof, gone. Or to be more accurate, what changed is the way that I used to do things. That's the key. The way that I used to do things. Each of us is being invited, or rather forced, to make changes, to reevaluate, to create order and community a different way, and to heal our lives and our community and our planet. It's a big wake-up call. Faced with over a year of no traveling, I looked around for new ways to continue doing what I love doing, sharing my music. And I discovered that this pandemic and my forced, tenure in my home, which I've not been in for such extended periods of time, for years, is a wonderful opportunity to learn a lot of new things. These new things had steep learning curves involving technical things like computers and cameras and making videos and live streaming like we're doing now. And after my brief meltdown into a pool of fear, yes, I had a meltdown, many. Okay, we'll just refer to one. I decided to say yes to these opportunities and to be open to the flow, to learn new things, and to recognize the gift. Honestly, I'm grateful that I was even able to learn new things. I don't take that for granted. And that friends and mentors appeared to help me. All I had to do was ask. You know that saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears? I'm grateful for the many teachers and mentors that appeared when I was whining and crying about having to learn new things. How many of you have asked for teachers to learn technology or to make any change that's not something that you want to do right away? I couldn't have done it without my teachers and mentors. Before last March, I thought that Zoom was a 4-letter Scrabble word that used a Z and got you a lot of points. And now I find that I spend most of my day on Zoom. And it's an amazing gift and an amazing tool. I am able to do most of what I used to travel around the country doing. I can teach my piano lessons on Zoom. I'm singing, performing, doing concerts, workshops, and speaking, connecting with friends. Okay, it's not exactly the same as being in the same room, but it's very good to be connected during this time. Very good. However, we have to do it. We have been reminded many ways that a church is not just the building. The church is the community of like-minded people that gather together. And we've also discovered that community and church can happen whenever you gather together, even in cyberspace like we're doing now. And another thing that I learned in my period of change this past, I don't know, how long has it been now? 9, 10 months. It's endless. What I've learned. Socially distanced does not have to be socially isolated. They're not the same. Yes, I miss the hugs. I miss visiting family and friends. I miss traveling. I love to travel. But I find it weirdly comforting to see the little Zoom profiles, the little tiles on a Zoom call of my friends and family, and to be able to talk to them and laugh and share experiences. Someday, perhaps, we will be able to laugh about this. I don't know. I've even written songs on Zoom. You know, if Zoom is too tough for you or for your family members, you could do FaceTime or a phone call or even a letter. You know, those things that you mail with a stamp that used to be the main way of communication. I will say that my aunts who live in Indiana, and I love to visit, and I haven't been able to visit this year, they're in their mid-80s, and they have embraced technology. They Zoom and they FaceTime, and they actually even know how to cast their YouTube videos to their TVs, which I haven't figured out how to do. So this reminds me of something I already knew, that you should never underestimate what you can learn at any stage as long as you're open to doing it. After I let go of all the fear that was surrounded this whole pandemic thing, I'm still in some fear, but I've released most of it. I've released the fear of the change it's bringing. I realize that community is still here as long as you think outside of the box. So I invite you to think about each of your lives. How could you embrace more community today? And it can be small steps, like a phone call, which could brighten the day of someone who is isolated and is afraid to leave their house. Practicing kindness to create larger community, which can be as simple as treating others the way you like to be treated. And that kindness includes customer service representatives who you might call and not get the answer you're hoping for. Also, those clinics that are trying to make vaccine appointments, or people that you don't see eye to eye with. That's a harder one. But kindness makes everything better. Just like we heard Jan and JD sing, we're not afraid of the dark because love is alive in all of our lives. Since currently just about every church is closed, some churches reached out to me and asked me to create videos of me singing that they could put into their live stream, and it would appear that I'm actually there. Doesn't that sound simple? Just a video of me singing. Well, I think it took me 50 tries to be pleased with the first video. That is not time effective. There is really nothing like looking at yourself on a computer screen, close up, singing a song. Really close up. I would get distracted by wondering why my hair looked like that, or what did I think I was doing by choosing to wear that outfit, or is that a new wrinkle that I see? Why did I do this? And then when my mind drifted, I would mess up the lyric or hit a wrong note. And my ego, which was alive and well, and still is, wouldn't let a flawed version of me float around on the internet for all time. I had to walk away from the camera, walk away from the technology, take a walk, meditate, and find the answer, which is a truth that I've known for years. That every day, every hour, every moment, I have a choice. I can be critical of myself, or I can try to see myself as others might see me. Not perfect, but doing the best I can. Can we all look at ourselves that way, with eyes of love instead of eyes of criticism? That's one change I want to keep throughout this year. And I have to remind myself of it often. I can also focus on the one task that I'm actually trying to do instead of thinking about what I'm going to do next. Since I'm also filming from my living room, which you see behind me, my dining room, I call it the piano room because I'm sitting at my grand piano here, I got the opportunity to clean up, to declutter, to stage the scene behind me, to create order. Normally, this dining room table, which I rarely eat at, is covered with papers because I use it as a desk. And it is usually in chaos. And look how orderly it is now. I've got little candles and a heart, flowers. There is nothing quite like seeing your clutter in a video on the World Wide Web to make you want to create some order in your life. So far, I've moved pictures, furniture, wrapped my lights in duct tape to cut down on the glare on my face. You have to have proper lighting. Spent hours on Zoom adjusting the sound, bought more equipment, called my friends to help me learn to use the equipment, had a few more small, well-controlled meltdowns, and then just did it. Because once I decided that I could make that change, that I could learn, that I could do it, I was able to do it. Didn't someone very wise say that the journey of a lifetime starts with the first step? Well, that first step for me was saying, yes, I can do this. I created order in one small part of my life, the clutter behind me. And that is a start, my friends. And since I'm grateful that I can learn new things, I've also practiced gratitude, which is bonus. Like most of you, I do some reflection around the new year, seeing if I'm on track, looking at my life through a wider lens, checking out the view from here. And I also had a big birthday couple years ago that will make you pause when you have one of those big birthdays with a 0 at the end. And at this point in my life, I want to review. I want to review what my view from here actually is. I want to ask myself how I'm spending my time and how do I wish I could spend my time? How can I bring the wish and the reality into a better balance? How can I maintain my health and mobility as I age? It could be as simple as walking 30 minutes a day, which I actually enjoy. How could I make a change in my life that would make that a priority instead of something that I think, oh yeah, I should probably walk? Do I really want to hold on to all of these things in my house that are taking up space? I don't even remember where some of them came from. What have I outgrown that I could release into the flow that might be someone's perfect possession? How freeing is it to say yes to some things and no to others? I have found that without having to get on a plane, I actually have more free time. I actually feel a little more peaceful. Usually I have to get up at 4 a.m. to go to the airport to catch the flight, and I'm getting more sleep. I've been working down my huge to-do list that's been around for years. An area in my life that creates constant stress is the chaos in my photos. If you're like me, you have photos on every device. Mine seem to be taking over all of my devices, duplicating, renaming themselves, and it would be so nice if I could ever find a picture when I actually need it. So I spent a day organizing them, deleting the duplicates. There's actually a programmer you can buy for that, which I used. Naming them with real names instead of those random numbers that they assign themselves. Creating order in another part of my life. It feels very good. I want to think that being open and learning to new things is the secret to youthful living. Not being closed-minded about change, because you know what? Change is going to come anyway. It's how we adapt, deal with it, accept it, or deny it that makes our experience of that change. I want to remain youthful, not afraid of change. And it's an ongoing process. Almost 3 years ago, I reconnected with my college love via Facebook. What a gift, a beloved face that I never thought I would see again in this lifetime. And let me tell you, reconnecting with someone that you haven't seen for decades, whether a love or a friend, is inviting change in just about every part of your life. I have been learning to do a lot of new things. My sweetie loves the outdoors. I live in Florida and I don't go outdoors, ever. I only walk to the mailbox. He likes to camp. I'm a Marriott girl. In the spirit of compromise, we now do what I lovingly call glamping, which is camping with a bathroom. My one prerequisite. Now I find that I am glamping in the back of a van in beautiful spots. Spots that I couldn't get to any other way. In the mountains, in the national parks, along the water. And it's peaceful and calming. I find that I'm allowing myself to take naps in the middle of the day, something I've never done. To watch the sunset. Still not watching the sunrise because I don't get up that early. And to take long walks, fitting into one of my required changes. I'm allowing myself to slow down and recognize and see the magic all around me. And as an added bonus, he is a minimalist, which I can hardly pronounce, which is the complete opposite of what I am. He is encouraging me to create some order in my life. He's a lot more gentle about it after the first couple of times he suggested this. A couple of years ago, when travel was still an option, I was in Virginia getting ready to drive up into the Shenandoah Mountains for a songwriting retreat. It was dark because I thought it would be a great time to drive up into the mountains at 10 o'clock at night, and there were no surprise, there's no streetlights or signs on those mountain roads, and they have big ditches on either side. It didn't help that Siri, who I was depending on, lost her signal just as I needed her the most, and she abandoned me. Fortunately, honestly, I could still be driving up and down that road looking for the address if my friend, who realized I might have trouble finding the house in the dark, came out to the edge of his driveway with a lantern. Do you find that your friends often light the way for you? That's one of the gifts of friendship. To say that I was frazzled when I got inside would be an understatement. And yet when I walked out onto the deck high up in the trees, I looked up at the clouds and the stars, and I watched the fireflies dance in the treetops. We don't have fireflies in Florida. We have love bugs, and they are not the same. I do not want to see them, and they don't sparkle. I was completely transformed by the beauty off of his deck. It was magical, a moment that took my breath away from sheer beauty. I was reminded of something that I already knew, that there are tons of amazing, ordinary things that happen every single day, and I miss them because I'm distracted or in a hurry or running late. So this New Year's, I vowed to make an effort to pay more attention to the wonder around me every day, to look up, to slow down, to breathe, to notice the heroes among us who have stepped up in the midst of this scary time, and to send them gratitude, to practice kindness. There's a lot of opportunities now to practice kindness, to see our connection, to see our oneness. And I'm vowing not to let the fear of change or the fear of the change of circumstances lose sight of the fact that we are all connected and that change is usually a good thing. I vow to listen to my inner guidance and to seek order in my life. A daily word from 1970 says, "I will be still and rest in thee." To be still is to be inwardly at peace, aware of God's presence and resting in it. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? This is where inner stillness begins. If you are troubled, anxious, or worried, hold on to the strong ideas of truth. Look beyond the swirling surface events to deep inner stillness. Prepare the way for peace of mind by stilling doubt and fear. Reflect upon the mirror of serene consciousness, upon the light of wise serenity. Be still. All is well. Hear the voice of the Most High. Peace, be still, and know that I am God. It can be overwhelming to look for ways to create more order and to accept change. And I find that taking one small step, doing just one thing, is the least painful way of doing this. I may not be able to fix global climate change or bring about world peace, but I found that I can take small steps to reduce my carbon footprint and facilitate peace, even if it's just in my family. One step at a time, one voice at a time, one person at a time can affect change on a much larger scale. You just don't know. The butterfly effect, the ripples that you send out into the universe. Tomorrow we celebrate the life of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, an amazing man who recognized that it was his life's work to help eliminate discrimination and hatred, to bring about change and encourage kindness, to help create a new order in the way things are, one step at a time. A daily word from last January has an affirmation: I express the Christ within through my character. Let's repeat that affirmation together. I express the Christ within through my character. Dr. King declared that the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. How do I compare? I can choose to be steadfast in my beliefs whether my life is peaceful and happy or filled with trials. I know that there is a divine spirit within me that can handle any challenge. Therefore, my strong, unwavering faith shows forth through my character, no matter what is happening. My commitment to fully express my spiritual nature inspires those around me, and I display the very best of myself through my character. It is easy for me to let my light shine when I stay connected to God's light within me. And Dr. King spoke these words in 1963. As we walk, we must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead, for we cannot turn back. And with this faith, we can carve out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. We will be able to work together, to pray together, to stand for freedom together, knowing that one day we will all be free. And in spirit, we are free to walk in peace together. I love this Chinese proverb. I'm going to write a song about it someday. Where there is light in the soul, there will be beauty in the person. Where there is beauty in the person, there will be harmony in the home. Where there is harmony in the home, there will be honor in the nation. And where there is honor in the nation, there will be peace in the world. Where there is love, kindness, equality, justice, and hope, there is order. We can dream this together. Look at our view from here. Take steps to facilitate the change in our lives that will bring us one step closer each day to bringing that dream into reality. I would like to close with singing a song that I wrote with my friends Janice Stanfield and David Roth. Something that we all share, the dream of peace in the world, in our lives, in the midst of this frightening pandemic. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for listening. My skin may be a different shade, my language not the same. I pray in different places, I call God by different names. My clothing may not be like yours, might stand out in a crowd, but in universal spirit, there are differences allowed. We have the precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. My arms embrace my children, I fall in love, I cry, I marvel at the sunset as another day goes by. Yet halfway round the world I know your rain brings rainbows too. Though we might seem so different, I am just the same as you. We have the precious presence, and our presence holds the key to a world that seems more loving as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace, imagining the future, remembering the past. Together we can co-create a vision that will last. We have a precious present, and our presence holds the key to a world that is more loving as we share the dream of peace, as we share the dream of peace. Go forth and live your dreams this year. Thank you.
Hope you can hear our virtual applause.
I see those hands. I love it.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sue. I related with almost everything you said. I had the same anxieties when we started going online, the same learning curve, all of those things. And it's a great reminder. Thank you for reminding us to come back to that knowingness that there's always divine order and to that choice of peace. And we really appreciate you being with us today and look forward to having you back. So this is our time in our service where we are reminded that we always have an opportunity to give in this life and in this world. And we appreciate you. The Board of Trustees and I just want to let you know how much we appreciate your continued giving, whether you're mailing in a check or you're giving on our website or clicking through on Facebook. It really is keeping us going and helping us to hold that vision of coming back together. And, you know, we don't know when, but we know that will happen and we will resume our face-to-face extended community online and in person. So we just want to take a moment and bless the offerings as well as your presence. It really matters that you get up on Sundays at 11 and show up and participate and join us together in this moment. And those of you who watch later, maybe because of your internet connections, or you just want to sleep in on Sundays because you can, we really appreciate you joining us, subscribing to our YouTube channel, watching on Facebook. And we love you and we bless you and we appreciate you. So let's just do our offertory prayer together. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I send it forth with my blessings and my love. So we close every week with this wonderful prayer by James Tillett Freeman, and it's more relevant than ever. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. So we'll see you next week at the same time, same link, same connection. Bring your friends. And now we want to open up to our virtual community greeting time. Let's see. Stop sharing. So let's see, go on gallery view. Can you see everyone? Hello, you can take yourselves off of mute.
Hello.
Hi, Hetty, I heard you. Hi, Judy.
Hi.
Good morning. Hi, Amanda. Where are the
In
girls?
the living room.
Oh, good. Nice to see
Me
you.
too.
And there's Jack, and I saw Jane was on earlier. Good morning, everyone. There's Jane and Anita and Kara and Jenny and Gar, Mark and Gayleen. Thank you, Sue, for being with us this morning. We really appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And we have a little message in the chat from Kara that says, so relatable, Sue. Thank you for your message and your music.
You're welcome.
I want to say thank you, Sue. We're blessed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely a blessing of the pandemic for us has been being able to have talent that, you know, we're here in Kerrville, Texas. So unless it's folk festival time, we don't get so many people through that we can experience and have the gifts and talents that you offer. So it really matters, Sue. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Anybody have anything they'd like to share today?
I just want to say I love the humor and the truth woven together. That was really great.
Thank you. I try to keep a sense of humor. Some days are harder than others.
Well, we appreciate you so much. And I appreciate all of you. And we'll close. Namaste. I love you. Have a beautiful week.
Love y'all.
Love ya.
Bye-bye. Blessings.
Oh, hi,
Bye-bye.
Cecile. Sorry, I didn't call you.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
I love you guys.
everyone.
Hey, Hattie. Have a great week.
I